What's happening, YouTube, Hightown fans, and everybody watching TV? We are back. This is our Hightown episode 7, season 2 recap, and it was another good one. It was so good, my wife decided to skip Power and just review Hightown. So talk about that, honey. These people love to hear you talk stuff.
What? What?
How'd you enjoy this episode of Hightown?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I always enjoy Hightown. That's one of my favorite TV shows that's on right now.
This particular episode was directed by the showrunner as well as the creator, Rebecca Cutter. And I think what people don't realize is when you have a director, the director tries to get their story, their narrative, their alliteration through in the tone of this episode. Mm-hmm. So what would you say the tone of this episode was in your opinion?
I don't know.
It was dark for me. It was especially that one part with Jackie. Mm-hmm. That was the essence of this episode. Mm-hmm. That particular part with Jackie.
When she quote unquote hit rock bottom.
I got the clip. In true Lamont Tyson review form, I have the clip. We'll let you guys take a look at what was some of the tone that the director set for this episode, and then we'll come back and break it down for you.
He likes you, and he doesn't care that you're into girls. I mean, he likes it, so just hang out with him for a little while. Ask him if he wants to go see your room. Don't fucking look at me like that. You've been partying on my dime all fucking night, okay? Now it's time to chip in.
Yeah.
And I give the director credit for taking on something that has that weight to it, because we've seen this in families for years. This is something that has been going on and on. People don't like to talk about it, but there are tons of folks and fathers who tried to pawn off their hot daughters in order to pay debt, in order to settle quibbles between other people. And moms have done it too. And she set us up in this because it looked like things was going well with Jackie and her dad. I was kind of out of this when Jackie started doing drugs with the dad. That's when I kind of start saying,
you know what? And I told you that episode, I said it's something about that relationship that makes her stay away. So she ain't seen him in a year. And I'm like, she don't need to be running. So when you say that she sought refuge in her father, but the fact that she stayed away for so long, that didn't sound like that was a place she needed to be.
Exactly.
Especially if he was drinking.
All right.
Yeah.
Rebecca Cutter, Monica Raymond, y'all broke our hearts, which means y'all did a good job. Here we go. We start out, our girl Charmaine, she's having a flashback of when her and Aileen, may she rest in Hightown heaven, was just getting here to the Cape and talking about all the stuff the white people had that they was going to wind up owning. And then we wind up seeing her get on the bus frustrated that she doesn't have her sister.
Right.
What did that scene mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, that was sad. That was basically, what else does she have to live for?
Right,
yeah.
Right. Like I said last week, she's a caged animal right now.
Right.
There's nothing else left for her to live for. And I've been made predictions that this would be the turning point. Something happened to the sister. I've said it from day one of this episode. This season. Something happened to the sister. This could be the changing point for Charmaine to get out the game. It almost went my way to somebody had to run their fat lip that's in jail, but we'll get there. This was part of Rebecca influencing the audience into actually believing. Rebecca Cutter is the one who directed this episode, into believing that whatever had happened with this relationship with Jackie and her dad looked like it was on the up and up. They out here playing football, catch,
right, bonding, up where they left off.
Man, honey, what was you thinking? Was you thinking everything was gonna be hunky dory? I know I was.
I mean, like I said, I always thought there was some type of undertone in their relationship that wasn't sitting right. And so this just showed that when they're good, they're good. It looks like they're having a really good time together.
Right.
And we'll find out they continue to have a good time throughout the night.
No, not the kind of good time that leads to anything positive.
Not that you're supposed to have with your daddy, no.
Oh, goodness. Let me give you guys a little bit of what the fans were saying. Travis Reddick, great show, dark episode. Absolutely. He got the vision, the tone, the director was saying. Steve Augustine, hello, what's up? Shakana, poor Jackie. Yeah. My man Eric came through with the super chat. He has to say, sup, y'all, finally made y'all lie. I love the show Hightown, but man, that theme song is horrible.
You know what? One thing that we pointed out a long time ago is that the shows that has the wackiest weirdest theme songs tend to be really
the
good.
Best. You're right.
Yeah.
So a wacky or crazy sounding theme song means a good show. Right. Lady Melanie, I felt sorry for Jackie. Tinsel Constance, hi to my favorite super couple. Hey.
Oh, whatever. Go.
All right, back into this thing. Let me find out. Officer Saberho, oh, he's not an officer no more. So Ray is in here jogging, listening to old school 1990 hip hop. Yeah. Only to stop, and then he checked his pulse. So that's a real person who's into fitness.
Right. This time he's on a comeback.
He's on a
high.
Right.
Before he was ready to take his life, and now he's out healthy again, exercising. Yeah, so he's ready.
That could be all because of the resurgence of the super draws he done got from Renee.
Oh, Lord.
You know how that gives me an energy.
Go.
Does it or does it not? Anyway, he pulls up his tracker to see where she's at. Then he texts her to say, gonna see you today. That's what he wants to know. Did he see her?
Yeah, he saw her. But I'm still tripping on her phone having CVS pharmacy. How many she need to change that to somebody else. Go ahead.
What's
CVS pharmacy?
CVS. How many times you gonna get a text from CVS pharmacy
on Thanksgiving?
How many drugs are you gonna be getting from CVS pharmacy?
It's her birth control. Didn't she say she get her birth control pills?
Well, what else can she name them, Crystal?
I don't know, but CVS pharmacy. Come on now.
And in the next scene, she's in there making mashed potatoes, and obviously she can't cook because the mama said your mashed potatoes about to be lumpy. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, I mean the mother, she's just standing over her shoulder. She got her glass of wine. Renee doing everything. Yeah, talking about her, putting Renee on blast.
And then she wanted to know who texting you.
Right, who texting you on Thanksgiving?
And Frankie looked up, but he still didn't dig into.
He noticed it first.
Yeah.
Before the mother said something.
No. The mama said something first. Then Frankie heard beep.
I thought Frankie looked up.
Okay.
But regardless, they know something is up.
Right.
In there's tension in the house.
And you know how parents are. You know how parents are. My parents, if there's anybody that's gonna ever tell you the truth, is angry people, drunks, children, and older parents. They is not gonna lie. They have no filter whatsoever. And this mama is nosy. She wanted to know why the police coming up here. She talking about her mashed potatoes that she still sat down and ate anyway. Right. And she wants to know why you texting on the family day. But the striking thing to me was how detached Frankie was, because he got mad at his son for throwing a little airplane. He hopped up like he was ready to kill the son.
Yeah. I mean, tension is high.
And then gonna tell Renee, you need to do something about your son. I'm sitting up here like, bro, get your lazy ASS up and do something. You ain't doing nothing but watching football, drinking a beer while everybody else in there cooking.
He's plotting.
Plotting what?
Plotting how to take over the world, his drug kingpin.
That don't change that he's got a child and he has a responsibility too.
He plotting.
Plotting my foot. He ain't got. If Jorge was your right hand man, that's all you got. You're not going to plot and win no war with Jorge as your second in command.
I ain't arguing against that.
Exactly.
Especially Jorge.
Exactly. I do miss Jorge, by the way. Jorge, you was comic relief.
Right.
Then we get to Sergeant Allen in here trying to have his Thanksgiving, and everybody got one. Let me let y'all see my face. Everybody got one of these in their family. Instead of go ahead and getting the damn grace over with, you in here preaching a whole sermon that lasts 10 minutes.
That's because he's thankful. He's so thankful.
Crystal, you can be thankful in 1 minute. Why is you in here giving a sermon? Folks, I thought he was about to pass around a collection plate. He in here taking this long ass time to get this thing done. And the wife finally had to say, look, bro, look, come on, man. Save it. Save it.
That was funny.
And then he had to get up and leave, and she wasn't all that.
Right. You tell his wife ain't no joke.
No, she tough.
Yeah.
She tough. I mean, because the minute she said stop giving a sermon for a grace,
God is good, God is great. Whatever he said, let's eat something.
Yeah, he got on into it. Well, he had to go because they have found Jorge's car. They look in the trunk. Nobody's in there. This car has been at the airport for 3 days. And actually, whoever the security is here had footage of who's leaving from the car. And what did you say, honey? Who should have had done this?
I mean, so you had two women,
right,
who helped cover it up.
Right.
One was tall and slim, and one was short, and might have been able to pass off a little bit more
as Jorge. Right.
So they should have had her park the car and try to wobble off like Jorge.
Why Jorge gotta be wobbling?
You know he walked kind of.
Golly, here you go, man. You just, hey,
you know he walked. Yeah, do the Jorge walk.
Do the Jorge. Well, like it's a dance. Do the Jorge. All right. And so then Jackie goes to the bar with her dad because this is the bar he had to go to catch the game. Little did she know that dad, who still lives with mom, has him a jump off. And the way Jackie looked at this ugly woman, Jackie was like, whoa. And then the lady went away. Jackie was like, that's your side piece? what the hell are you doing? So she does grill him, are you still with mom? And he gave a great poetic line. Oh, your mom is like the sun. If you get too much of it, you get burnt. But you can't live without the sun.
And you made it a point to memorize that line.
I sure did. I sure did. I love that line. What'd you think about his jump off, who obviously looked like a crackhead, and Jackie knew it?
I mean, look, yeah.
You want to see her again?
Her stepmama to be, huh?
No, he's still with the mom. They live together. This is just a side piece.
Okay. Yeah.
But you see why she the side piece, because dad has some issues.
Right.
We didn't know
a
it.
Party girl. That's who he run a party with and then come home.
Right. So
which is ridiculous.
So what they did was, this was supposed to be a kind of evidence to us, the audience, of what's really going on with the dad when you brought this woman in here, because she has all the trappings of a crackhead.
Or alcohol,
or some kind of addiction that's not healthy to be perpetuated.
And tells you if the daddy is hanging out with her, then that's the daddy too.
Yeah,
he got issues as well. That's what he's attracted to, and that's what he's hanging out with all the time.
I mean, maybe she's just the type that's like, look, I don't care that you got a wife. We just meet up when you can, and you get me drugs, I give you draws.
It is
quick exchange.
It is, but it tells you about his character as well. That's what he's attracted to, and that's what he's doing. And it's kind of odd that Jackie is hanging out with him. So if the mama finds out that Jackie was running around with her daddy, and the
mama can't be mad because Jackie would have wanted to go to the Thanksgiving with the mama, but she's not invited to go to that Thanksgiving with the mama. That's what she said last episode. So that's why she showed up and was with daddy.
Who knows what Jackie did in the past to burn the mama?
That's okay.
Because she didn't burn quite a few people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all when we saw this hot therapist with her Tony Braxton haircut, I said, and I even said this to Atkins Esteman, the person who plays Aceto. I said, y'all ain't put, let me let y'all see my face. Y'all ain't put that woman in there for nothing with Aceto, didn't I, honey? And I said that she was going to be doing crooked dealings with Aceto, didn't I, honey?
Yeah, and what did I say? Oh, no, she's professional. She's not going to do nothing with him.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of y'all might not know this, but my wife is older than me. She's robbing the cradle, but the one who acts wet behind the ears most of the time ain't the younger one in this relationship.
By 9 months.
How old? What's your number?
9 months. Whatever yours is plus 9 months. Just go.
Okay. So anyway, the therapist the therapist calls Aceto to a special meeting, right? And for some reason, my wife seems to think that his cellmate was looking jealous. I didn't see that part, but she did. So she tells Aceto, look, bro, the Ford Explorer is nice. I can't take it. Aceto, with his silver tongue, wops her down. He wops her down. He goes into a story of his upbringing, his background. And for those of you who don't know, the actor playing Aceto, this is an Easter egg. Leave me your comments. He mentioned Dominican Republic and Haiti. He has real family ties. The actor playing Aceto. Post your comments. Which heritage does he have or is it both? Anyway, she falls for it and winds up warning him that they're going to be coming doing a jail cell check. Honey, give me my cookies.
Oh, whatever.
Give me my cookies. Go ahead and say what you got.
Whatever. I don't got nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
No. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Some of us are a little bit more professional, but that's fine.
She was professional.
I like her. Yeah, she gave the car
professional.
back. She did get a car back, we think.
She ain't getting no car back yet.
She said I can't keep the car.
But she hasn't physically given it back yet.
Oh, so she just gonna ride around and for a little bit.
You saw what happened at the end of this episode. After that happened, you ain't getting no car back.
Well, she said she can't keep the car.
Yeah, okay. All right. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this is the part that hurt my heart.
But didn't Aceto kind of put the moves on her in that scene?
No, that wasn't the scene he put the moves on.
Okay. All right.
Because he put the moves on her.
Just go.
But then she put the moves back on him.
Okay.
You want me to show you what she did?
Just go.
Okay. I'm trying to help y'all understand what you saw. That's all I'm trying to do. Anyway, this hurt my heart right here. This is Charmaine's and Aleen's uncle. At this moment, Charmaine was about to do exactly what I said she would do. Turn tails, get out the game because she's lost everything. Until the uncle gives her an impassioned speech
to stay in
the game. You own the cape. I never did it. And I'm like, Uncle, shut the hell up. Let this girl get out the drug game. But no, talk about it, honey, because I was frustrated. I do like Charmaine's character. Like her character has blossomed this season. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like her character too. Yeah, I definitely warmed up to her over the seasons. You see the struggles that she has, and unfortunately, there are a lot of grown folks in young people's lives who are negative influences.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't like the grown folks messing up the young people's lives.
Yeah, it's unfortunately.
Yeah.
Then you can also kind of look at what did the uncle have going on? Why does he feel like this is the best life that his daughter had, that the niece has to live? You know, how was he jaded in the past to think this is the way that she should go? Because you would think, they want the best for their nieces. And
right.
Something that, what is it for selfish reasons, or what has made him say that this is the best route to go for your life?
Okay.
I don't know.
Might be for selfish reasons. We could sit here and do a whole dissertation on sometimes the mindset for why people do illegal things versus that, but we'll keep the story rolling. But you guys, please post me your comments on what you think. Alan gets the information about Jorge, runs straight to Frankie's house. Frankie tells him to get the hell up out of my door. Right. I'm watching football on a large TV. I can do what I want to do. I don't know what you're talking about with Jorge.
He's a grown man. He can do what he want to do.
He can do what he want to do. I want to see fisticuffs.
Oh, goodness.
I want to see punch him. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, they don't need it at that point.
What?
Fight for what?
Look, Frankie beat his chest out to Alan.
But Frankie also got some new information that he didn't let on and he didn't know about. So Frankie found out that that Jorge's car was at the airport and Jorge didn't park it.
And been missing 3 days.
Right. Right.
Yep. Then we get back to the scene where they leave the bar and they go to Petey's house. Lord have mercy. And Petey looks just like the dude from what's that biker show with all them bikers?
Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, looks just like that guy. And we learned that he's the drug man up in this joint. He pushing 8 balls. He's pushing cocaine. And now Jackie tells him that he's a cop. He starts trying to act tough. Of course, Jackie got bigger balls than him. Let's just keep it real. And he was like, "You so tough. Why don't you do this fat line?" Now, y'all, I was worried. I was worried that was the Great White. I really was. I was like, please, Jackie, don't do it. She did it, and she survived. What did you think was going on? And did you notice how Petey was looking at her butt?
Yeah.
Petey, you old enough to be a Petey.
I'm like,
looking at her butt, bro. Go look at somebody who's in the geriatric ward. My goodness.
They don't want that. They don't want the geriatric ward.
Okay.
Yeah, but that whole scene was a hot mess. You just have a bunch of drug addicts, alcoholics, just having a good old time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, Jackie, it's scary how you just do random drugs from random people, don't know what they did. I thought maybe Petey had some ulterior motives that he might have, tried to slip or something that he knew would hurt her. I don't know. Yeah, that whole scene was a mess, but they played the heck out of that scene.
Oh, it
was so believable.
They played like the country redneck trailer park trash,
especially.
And then he gonna wind up saying something about Blue Lives Matter, but before he did that, he had a problem with the police. Hypocrite.
Especially the side chick.
Oh, the side.
Yeah, she was playing that up.
do you remember when when she lifted up her shirt?
Oh, good.
And Dad was doing, what was he doing?
Motorboat.
The motorboat
on her breast.
Rebecca.
Oh goodness, just go.
Hightown, y'all a mess for that. Okay. Of course, CVS text Renee. Renee shows up through the drive-through window for a quickie. But what was important about this scene when she met up with Ray?
She was getting information out of him, trying to see where the investigation was going, even though he has no ties or whatever to anything. But she was getting information out of him and seeing if he could find out some more stuff in a roundabout way. She didn't want to let on that, something happened to Jorge. All she let on was that Jorge is missing. Right. Yeah.
Shout out to the people watching, man. Y'all been growing week by week. I'm glad y'all are out there telling people about Hightown. This show better win some Emmy awards. This show is great.
Somebody said, didn't know crackheads make it to middle age.
Let me put this up there. This is Shirley. Shirley said, I didn't know crackheads make it. Petey was older than middle age.
Right.
Petey was damn near 70.
Yeah.
Looked like a biker boy. Boy, y'all a mess down there, man. But share this with everybody. This is a great show. Y'all people is missing out on better commentary than what you're getting from Power Book 2, in our opinions. It's a little bit more depth to the show. Better get an Emmy award. And honey, if they do, they get nominated, I'm showing up.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Who clapped better than me and Elle?
Oh, goodness.
Anyway. So then we get, if you guys didn't know, this picture that they showed of Jackie, this is really Monica Raymond, the actor who's portraying Jackie. Yeah. And in this particular scene, she was playing the piano, and they wind up moving a little forward down the scene till the dad winds up offering her crack. What did Whitney Houston say about crack?
Crack is whack.
Crack is whack. Now, what did the daddy say about crack in this episode?
I don't know. What did he say?
He said some rhyme that was positive toward crack. But I'm thinking to myself, Jackie, you have these addiction issues. Don't do it.
I mean, she shouldn't have went to the daddy in the first place. And again,
but she hit rock bottom.
What stood out to me was last episode when she showed up at his door and he knows she's a recovering alcoholic. And I'm pretty sure, I think he offered her something to drink.
He did.
Yeah. So she running to you and the first thing you say is, oh, here. Yeah.
Not only that, but the darkest moment in this whole episode that we opened up with, first of all, Daddy won money from a bet.
They done smoked that.
That away. That's why they say when you're dealing with someone who has an addiction problem, you can nail everything down in the house and it'll still become unscrewed. And they had a good time. They want to keep having a good time. This daddy offers up his daughter, who don't like penis in the first place, to a man who's probably old enough to be her great granddaddy, who he probably smelled like crack. If you never smelled crack, it stank. Take him upstairs, honey.
Yeah, show
him your room.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
that was sickening. Yeah.
That was dark.
Yeah.
Bruh. But at the very least, Jackie had the compunction to give him money and just walk out. She shouldn't even gave him the money. Literally, she should have just said, "Nah, I'm out here." At least she wasn't so low.
Right.
That she went upstairs with this dude, with Petey,
Mm-hmm.
But I guarantee you, this ain't the last we're gonna see of Petey. Jackie gonna come back for that ass.
That was probably her wake up call. She probably sobered up so fast in that moment.
And she's probably eventually gonna get Petey hemmed up because she know he pushing drugs. So we can see that come back. Then we get to the scene that the therapist saved Aceto. They come to do a jail search. Aceto done had all the drugs moved away. And look at the look on his face. That look Muchella said he got that smooth swag silver tongue. He already knew what was going down, done got his drugs all the way. Question is, where did he hide the drugs?
I have no idea.
Where could you put them that quick?
Well, he had a day. He had 24 hours or whatever to to hide him somewhere. I don't know where he hid him, but
maybe he put him back in the yard or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charmaine, who's tough as nails, shows up for a meeting with Frankie. Frankie's grilling her, saying, look, we're going to have to lay low. I can't do this with you right now. Charmaine's like, I know you don't think I had something to do with Jorge Fat, you know what, disappearing.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
And furthermore, if you don't want to do business with me, I got 100 MFers waiting to do business with me.
Right.
Kick rock. But what did Frankie do? He made Renee the new Jorge. We can't make this stuff up, man.
She looking like what?
We can't make this stuff up, man. And right now, Renee is a weak link, and we'll get there. We got to speed this thing up because we're going to have our daughter in a minute. Ray goes to some ex-police friend of his.
The DEA, right?
Yeah, DEA, and is trying to get information because he wants him to know he's got some information he can help with Jorge, right? Mm. They give him nothing, but they give him something. They let him know they're chasing somebody in New York who's bringing the core fentanyl. Mm-hmm. And Ray flies up out of there like a Cheshire cat, found him a mate. Mm-hmm. What is he going to do with this information, honey?
I still think Ray is trying to come out as the hero in all of this. So he's trying to make himself look good so he can get his badge back. And of course, he wants to put himself in a situation where he can ride off in the sunset with Renee.
Of course.
So,
but it ain't gonna be no riding off in the sunset with Renee. You can cancel that. That there's no way that can possibly happen. No way. Leslie shows up to Jackie's house, not on the pretenses that Jackie wants, but she actually sees Jackie in a low spot and tells Jackie, we got some information on Jorge. What's up with Daisy? Where the hell you been at 3 days?
Right.
And then leaves.
Right.
Jackie was trying to smile. Jackie was
yeah. I mean, she was cold, distant to her, but was also able to convey that,
get back on your job.
Yeah, I want you to do better.
Get back on your job. Then after that, Jackie does get on her job, shows up to Daisy's house, finds that Daisy has not taken her birth control in a couple of days, sees the hungry cat, but furthermore sees Daisy's cabinet with all the alcohol. And we thinking that Jackie's on the up, and no, she goes back down, she gets drunk. Drink up all.
We don't see it, but we see the aftermath.
Golly,
that's when she opened that cabinet like, she ain't gonna need this. Let me take this with me.
Jackie, come on. Oh, who's that, honey? That's Aceto. He kissed the therapist. And you know how us men do when we lay one on a woman for the first time. We don't know if y'all feeling it. Oh, she was feeling it because in the next scene, she wrapped them little nice manicured hands all around his head and pulled him in and kissed her.
Okay.
He ain't getting that truck back. She driving that truck.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Oh, honey.
Okay.
And 2 more episodes, he gonna get draws.
Oh, goodness.
Therapy draws at that.
Okay.
Can you imagine the things she can do?
Lamont.
Aceto, my boy. Goodness. You said Aceto was your boy.
He is.
Ain't you happy for him?
Yeah.
He wanted his third leg to get some work.
Oh, good. Just go.
That's what he said.
Okay. I heard you.
Okay. Anyway, Renee winds up meeting with Ray. And this was a crazy meeting because he's lying to her the whole time.
Right.
But you felt like she doesn't understand the gravity of the lie because he winds up telling her that the FBI put a tracker on your car, blah, blah, blah. In her mind, you thought that she's thinking the tracker was placed on her car well before
she killed Jorge.
Yeah.
Because she said, I knew he was a snake or something, she said. So basically, she feels like Jorge was working with the FBI, whatever.
Right.
And I mean, I think she bought the story. Regardless of if he's dead or not, she probably think he was doing work before that in the background.
What is Renee going to do when she find out that this tracker was placed up there by
how is he going
by Ray? Ooh, what is she going to do then?
You think they're going to let her find out?
Not only that, but he's trying to make her an informant to help his own personal needs.
He ain't even.
He's not on nobody's police force.
Right.
He's he's one of these vigilante justice dudes trying to get information. And when she finds that out,
vigilante, nothing. He doing this so he can get back on the squad.
What about Renee? Okay. Right. Job over draws, huh?
He gonna try to do both.
After that, Jackie goes to Renee's house. They have their little exchange, but in this moment, Ray was not an a-hole. He
Jackie
actually
goes to Ray's house.
Yeah, Ray's house. Excuse me. Ray actually helped Jackie by seeing that she was drunk, seeing that she needed to just chill out and calm down, and allowed her to stay. And in this moment, she allowed herself to be vulnerable. Slept in his bed, and then she said, "Can you sleep with me?" And then the funniest exchange of them all was, she's gonna put her arm around him
She just
and say, "We can spoon, but none of that dick stuff."
Yeah. That girl, sorry, she was just desperate. The point that she laying up in bed with him. And Lamont was like, the only thing missing from this scene is the cat on the bed.
And then what happened?
The cat jumped up
Cat
on the bed.
jumped right there on the bed. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to have to get in the writer's room one day, honey. I'm going to have to get in the writer's room. And then they end on, first of all, did y'all hear the scary music they played as on this ending scene where Frankie is taking Renee out to where Jorge had his little stash house, his little trailer. They played music like this was American Horror Story, like it was about to be a death. Only to get in there, Frankie sees that Jorge's money and his stash is still in there. Right. And at this point, he realizes Jorge gone 3 days, his stash is still here. He dead. Yeah. What next, honey?
I haven't had time to like really process and think about it in depth, but I can't say I enjoyed the episode.
It was crazy.
Is Jackie gonna get it together? She did call her sponsor, or the
Vince,
guy who she wants to be her sponsor.
Vince, yeah, his name is Vince.
Yeah, so I don't see her turning around anytime soon, but I want her to. It seems like she got a little bit more struggle to go to. Of course, we're gonna see Aceto, rising to the top. Slimming, he exercising, he eating healthy. He about to start rising to the top.
Good stuff always rise to the top. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will do a trailer breakdown for the next episode. I'll try to have it up, if not tomorrow, by Tuesday.
Any other comments?
My honey want to see any other funny comments. Let's see here. She said Ray got her spook. Okay, Muchella, who hangs with the fellas. This episode was good. I was right. Muchella be right with me most of the time. And Shirley says Renee is going to ride off the prison unless she turns state evident.
Right. But I mean, look who's trying to turn her. He ain't even got no pull.
Nah, he ain't got no pull.
She's working with the wrong person.
He's trying to get pulled through her. Ray is trying to get pulled through Renee.
So he gonna go back to the DEA office and say,
or he gonna go to Allen.
True.
That's where he's going to go.
Right.
Because they're both trying to get Charmaine. Right. Because the pipeline in New York goes through Charmaine.
Right.
So
I mean, and Allen want to get the person above Charmaine, but if Charmaine don't, and he gave her the option.
That's who the DEA office want.
He gave her the option to start working with him, and she just blew him off. So
yeah.
I think he's probably going to take her down too at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. Let us know where you think they're going. Continue to share this show because it is one of the best on TV. Until that next Sexy as Hell video. We'll see you. Aceto, my boy. Third leg about to work. All right.